This video comes from my Archaeology Corroborates the Bible series. Entries in this series are based on the book Unearthing the Bible, written by Titus Kennedy. Kennedy looks at 101 archaeological discoveries that bring the Bible to life. Dr. Titus Kennedy is a professional field archaeologist, an adjunct professor at Biola University, a research fellow at Discovery Institute, and has been a consultant, writer, and guide for history and archaeology documentaries and curricula. Kennedy currently directs archaeological projects in Bible lands, and he has researched and photographed artifacts from around the world. Artifacts left behind from the vanished ancient world of the Bible have been found and recovered through archaeology. What is an artifact? In simple terms, an artifact is an ancient object made or modified by humans, and many have been found, especially in recent years, at archaeological sites around the world. Artifacts include statues, altars, jewelry, weapons, tools, inscriptions, paintings, coins, scarabs, tablets, papyri, stelae, reliefs, and pottery, showcasing the artistic and technological prowess of the ancients. But more importantly, artifacts tell stories of the past. They serve as both visual and informational aids that provide insight into that ancient context and toward an accurate understanding and interpretation. The Bible is a collection of books written millennia ago in places and cultures far removed from modern readers, but artifacts can give us essential knowledge of the ancient world and help us avoid the problem of unconsciously or inadvertently viewing a passage or book in the context of a modern society and time. Because the Bible contains stories from the ancient world, written in a style different than the method of modern historians and paired with theology, many have assumed that the narratives in the Bible are myth, legend, and propaganda instead of accurate history. In fact, the majority of scholars, most media and educational sources, and many in the general public regard the Bible as a fairy tale and frequently portray it as unimportant or irrelevant beyond literary and religious studies. For years, the Bible's been routinely attacked and disregarded on the basis of history or archaeology. And yet, when people look into what archaeologists have unearthed, a different story comes to light, showing that instead of fiction and fairy tales, archaeology indicates that the Bible preserves an accurate recounting of the history addressed in its pages. Specifically, hundreds of artifacts from the distant past have demonstrated the events, people, and places in the Bible to be historical. The Phaistos Disk was discovered in an underground chamber among ashes and burned bovine bones in what was referred to as a temple depository, located northeast of the main area of the Minoan palace in the ancient city of Phaistos on the southern side of the island of Crete. Nearby, Linear A tablet pH1 was also discovered. Made of baked clay, the Phaistos disk measures approximately 6.3 inches or 16 centimeters in diameter and about 0.4 inches or 1 centimeter in thickness. It was likely created around 1800 BC to 1600 BC on Crete. Stamped on both sides with symbols in a circular spiraling arrangement, many of the signs have parallels to those known from Linear A, while others match Linear B. Linear A is an undeciphered ancient writing system used by the Minoans from about 1800 to 1450 BC, while Linear B, which immediately succeeded it, was a similar-looking writing system that was used to write the earliest known form of the Greek language. The text of the Phaistos disk is probably syllabic, although it has also been suggested as ideographic, hieroglyphic, or a combination. 45 unique signs appear on the disk, with a total of 242 signs divided into 61 words or sections impressed into the clay. Artifacts such as the Arkalochori axe and Mavro Spilio ring contain several similar signs and confirm the authenticity of the Phaistos disk. The most recent attempt at decipherment suggests that the disk is a religious text mentioning the goddess of love, Apphia. The head wearing a plumed headdress is the most common sign on the disk, appearing 19 times, and it may connect the sea peoples, including the Philistines mentioned in Genesis, shown on the Medinet Habu reliefs of Ramses III, with people from the island of Crete, placing this group on Crete at a period far earlier than the 12th century BC invasion of Egypt and the Levant by the sea peoples. According to the books of Deuteronomy, 1 Chronicles, Jeremiah, and Amos, the Philistines came from Caphtor, which seems to have been one of the ancient designations for Crete. Excavations at Gerar, Tel Kabri, and Ashkelon on the coast of Canaan have all uncovered evidence of Minoan culture, demonstrating that early Philistines from Crete had migrated to Canaan by the Middle Bronze Age during the time of the patriarchs. Genesis 26:1 says, "So Isaac went from Gerar to Abimelech, the king of the Philistines." So we have this piece called the Phaistos Disk, which shows that the Philistines were historical. You can deduce from that the Bible is historical, as it describes the Philistines, and much of what's described in the text is historical. All of what's in the text is historical. I see the evidence of